Hello everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to make this super cute gnome out of polymer clay. He looks a little bit complicated, but it's actually really simple, so let's get started. These are the colors that I picked for my gnome, but you can use different colors if you like. I'm going to start by cutting my orange block and then kneading it with my hands, getting it nice and soft and rolling it into a ball. Then I'm going to take that ball and pinch it a little bit and then roll it on the table to make it into a sort of rounded cone shape. And now I'm tapping it on the table to get the bottom nice and flat. And then I'm going to use my fingers to pinch along the bottom to kind of flare out the outside of the cone. This is going to be the bottom of the gnome's shirt. Now I'm taking my smaller piece of clay and kneading it and rolling it into a coil, and I will use this as the gnome's sleeves. So I'm going to cut two pieces that are the same length, stick them onto the side of my cone, and press them in on the top, and then use a wooden clay tool, or you can use your fingers to kind of smooth it out and blend it in with the cone shape. Now I'm taking my tan color and cutting that and kneading it, rolling it into a ball, and then flattening the ball to make a little rounded log, and this is going to be the gnome's pants or his legs. I'm going to make a little indent with my wooden tool to separate his two legs. Do it on the top and on the bottom. Now I'm setting his top half onto his bottom half and cutting his legs to size. And I'm going to squish his shirt onto his pants. I'm going to squish that flare down just a little bit, fold it down so it naturally looks like a shirt. And now I'm cutting the brown clay to use as his boots. I'm going to knead them a little bit. I'm going to roll each one into a ball, and then I'm going to take that ball and flatten it with my fingers just a little bit, not completely flat, and then round the edges and make it kind of like a little teardrop shape. I'm scoring the legs and I'm going to score the boots where I'm going to attach them. You don't have to do this, but it's a good idea for something like the shoes, because if they get bumped, which they will, they could fall off really easily. So I'm scoring them to make the clay stick together a little bit better just for this part. And now I'm going to stick the two pieces together, press pretty firmly, wiggle it around a little bit to make sure those clay pieces stick together. And now I'm getting started on the beard. I'm going to cut a little piece of white clay for the beard, roll it into a ball, and then flatten it with my fingers. Not super flat, you don't want it really thin. And then I'm going to start forming it into a sort of rounded triangle shape. I'm going to see if it fits. It needs to be a little bit different shape. So I'm going to pinch the corners to make them a little bit longer so that they can wrap around his head a little bit. And now I'm going to press it down very gently onto his shirt. I know this looks very weird. It's going to make sense in just a minute. And now I am pressing down on his arms just a little bit to make them a little bit longer, a little bit thinner. They don't look quite right to me, so I'm just kind of pushing them down a little bit, making them look more natural. And now we are making the skin tone. You can use a little bit of white and brown, a little bit of white and tan like I'm doing. Mix them together to make a nice skin tone, whatever tone you like. Knead them really good, roll it into a ball, and then I'm going to stick it right at the top of the beard. Press it down real good. Next I'm working on the hat. I'm going to make a blue hat, cutting a little blue, rolling it into a ball. And now, same as I did for the shirt, I'm going to roll just one end to make it sort of a rounded cone shape. Try to get it nice and even, and use a ball tool to open up the bottom of the hat. You can also use your thumb or your finger. You don't have to have this tool to do this. So roll it around in there, open it up, make it look naturally like a floppy sort of a gnome hat. And now here I am pinching a little part here, making a little flange for where the nose will sit, making sure it'll fit on the nose. And now push it down, squish it onto the nose, onto the head, press it down real good. Make sure it's stuck on there. And then I like to put a little tilt in the top of the hat. You don't have to, but it's a fun little detail. Now I'm using a ball tool to make an indent in the bottom of the sleeve where the hands are gonna go. Cutting a little bit of blue for the mittens, very small pieces. And I'm gonna take these and roll them both into a ball. I'm going to taper the ball a little bit by pinching the end, making again another little cone shape. Stick that inside the sleeve, push it in real good, flatten it down just a little bit, and then use a sharp tool to cut the thumb away, and then use another tool to even it out, make it look rounded, make it look nice. Next, I'm going to use my blade and a wooden tool to make little indents on the boots. Again, this is not a thing that you have to do. I think it's fun, it adds a cute little detail on the bottom, but you don't have to do it if you don't want to. Now I'm cutting some white clay into teeny tiny little pieces. And I'm going to use a little needle tool to pick these pieces up and stick them onto the mittens. And this is going to look like little snowflakes. So you kind of want them to be teeny and irregular. So don't worry about rolling balls or anything, just stick them on there. Now your gnome is all finished and ready to be baked in the oven. Just follow your clay package instructions to know what to do. If you had fun today, don't forget to click like and subscribe so you don't miss my next videos. See you next time!